there. And Matthew van der Poel, look at that, the power of the man. There was not many people who can match his 1 minute and his 30-second.
Whoa, he goes down.
Here we go, this is the race start. This start is critical. Who's going to get that start from the line? Looks like Hadley going well, but across on the far side, Monte is going incredibly well. This is key. Will they get off safely? Will we see a tangle? So many more we have. Already riders tangling and lots of people on the floor. This is why getting that front row start is critical.
Yes, that right-hand corner there is, we've seen a lot of drama happening there, and the riders who decide to go on the left, they're usually safe. It's a bit longer, but it's a little bit safer. We've seen many races get troubles there.
So here we go, dropping down to the left. This is an off-camber turn, so it drops away to the rider's left as they turn right. That's off-camber, and the riding line is not great. Let's look at this start again, and let's see what happened through here. Just talk us through this.
Yeah, there in the back, you know, the speed is mad, and riders don't have that much visibility anymore, so as soon as they touch a handlebar or touch the front wheel, it's complicated. Yeah, we have there Great Britain, and...
Look like, I think, Cameron Mason from the home nation.
I think so. It looks like.
Well, he's going to have to pick himself back up again, but the front of the race, well, you can just see the constant change. The riders really pushing on here. Just seeing Schurter holding in a position 3 at the moment on the wheel. I think that is off Saru as they come around that left-hand turn. But this race really squeezing it on.
That's another complicated corner, yes. It's they all come together. That's Enrique Avancini there also coming, having a little bit of trouble on that corner.
And Avancini had a mechanical in the XCC in the short track, but he was absolutely flying on the marathon. I mean, a rider who is covering all bases, and if you were put in an outside bet, he might be the man to pick. So Martin Blums leading the way down here for Latvia, but you can see this is one big train of riders. We're looking to see how this goes for the riders that dive in. We've come to the top of the climb. This is that same rundown. Who's making distance? Who's making up ground as they come up around this turn? Looks like Avancini has picked himself back up again, but this is the run in towards the tight right. Takes him on to the straight. Hadley nicely tucked in there, currently sitting in what is going to be a 5th wheel. Has come round that turn. Serrano is in the mix. Looks like Fluking has made his way up there. And Matthew van der Poel, look at that, the power of the man. There was not many people who can match his 1 minute and his 30-second.
Whoa, he goes down. Matthew van der Poel washed out on that corner. That is insane, and looks like he's not well.
He landed heavy there. He went down. So big news on the
he's
start
not up
loop.
Yet on the start loop. Oh.
So van der Poel down. His hopes looking like they're dashed. He's got to pick himself back up now. He's looking in pain. Remember, he crashed leading the road race only a week ago, and in that crash, he hurt himself badly. He is laid on the floor. One of the big favourites, one of the big names is out, and this means he'll get assistance. The medic teams here are amazing. Let's let them do their work here as we see the riders come in and through. Peter Sagan coming through in 28th place, himself in the same place, but as they go through the line, it is going to be Blooms who led them through. This is the corner. Washed out on that corner, but looked pretty much like he just got the angle wrong.
Yeah, he crashed by himself. There is a little bit of, you know, it's super dry again, Matt. Even after the rain this morning, it's super dry, and he just lost the front wheel there. But it looks like he hurt himself because
he went down on the right-hand side on the corner in the road race. He's down. He'll get a medical assistant. The team here are absolutely amazing. Got to say a massive thank you to the medic teams who are out and round. They have to deal with our riders throwing themselves on the floor, getting caught, getting tangled, all sorts of action for them, and they do an amazing job. We'll bring you news as we see it. We'll keep an eye on that. So back to the racing, leading the race round here.
Jordan Sarraud from France.
So look
another
at
French going to the front.
I know, we saw some amazing racing in our women's race. We're not going to give out without any spoilers on the way through. If you haven't watched it, make sure you go back and watch it. We literally blew the commentary box apart, I think, on the way through. There was things flying everywhere from all of our other commentators here, and this is looking like that is Van der Poel going to be out of the race. If that changes, we will let you know, but at the moment it's looking like he's out of the race. So the big news, the man from the Netherlands, the Flying Dutchman, well, he flew around that corner and the wheels were washed out. That was not to be. Now, we're going to keep a check on this, just seeing these riders making the way up through the course. We're looking to see what progress has been made as they went through the lines. It was Blum-Saru, followed by Schurter. Going through then to Frodmont, Hathaway, Dubau, Bredo, Serrano, Schwartzbauer, and then that was Revallo, then Forster. And as we take a quick scan through, Sink doing a good move. He got up to 19th as it came through the line, but too soon. So here we go, on to the climb. Schurter's on the right of our screen. He's chasing Saru, the two former champions. They're already head-to-head.
Yeah, and Bloom going there, super strong. You know, this is very hectic right now. There's no guarantee that these positions will stay. It's a big fight for positions now. Everyone is going full gas. But we see already a small gap to the Mexican rider and Valero Serrano there, our silver medalist from last year. But this is that climb. That's a steep climb, and it's the longest climb in the race. So these riders will try. That's Pitcock going over there, gaining positions. I think he was not super well positioned in that start loop, but he's already making his way back up.
So moving from 33rd to 26th on the way through. And really, it's just look at this. We're seeing different lines being taken. Riders just looking for the opportunity to overtake. We're still in this mad scramble that is lap one through the single track. And the pressure is on. This is when mistakes are going to be made. Here we go. Well, we're just watching the dive round here.
The precision of these riders going around those routes, it's incredible. That's a very slippery part of the course. Dry or wet, they really need to keep hold of it.
If it's wet, it's the roots that make it slippery. When it's dry, it's the dust that is slippery. And Pitcock chasing here. He's trying to make his way right up to the front. Now, part of the tactics here are about if you're at the back, it's not about going flat out, is it? I mean, there is, at the moment, you've still got a long train of riders. If he goes too hard, he could blow up. He could struggle. Yeah,
at the moment, there's not a lot of space, actually. There's still a big block of riders. Everyone is going full gas. They're trying to fight for every little space they can find between those trees, between those roots, to try and gain a position. So that's a super important moment of the race. We will see some of them maybe not managing the efforts in the right way and having to drop on the second lap, and some of them just coming up to the front. So things will change in the next lap for sure. But there you have a very strong group of contenders. You have Nino Schurter, you have Jordan Sarru, who is a former world champion as well. Pierre Frodmont, he had an incredible season this year. We didn't hear his name a lot in the past. He's coming. Blooms as well, very strong on the short track. So these are the powerful riders who have strong starts and manage to go to the front. Lars Foster is there.
Aravallo of Mexico putting in a great ride at the moment. He's right up in the mix, and it's great to see this spread of riders from across the globe taking it on from the front, really battling this out. We're seeing riders coming down on the right of our screen. They're just coming through the picture. That is because they are coming down the B line because of the queue to get down that slope. And this, well, it is a game on because we are seeing the race leaders have just come through the pit, the technical area. You can see it to your right of your screen here, and this is more about hairpins, and all the riders can see each other across here. There's a great view to see what you're doing. Move there by Schurter. Schurter wants the
going
lead.
To the front. He steals the first position from Jordan Sarru. Frodmont and Hartley goes with them.
Wow, just taking a little look down here. Blue's chasing the gap here, trying to close that down. He's trying to pull back. Dubau is also having to close the gap there. On to the back there, I think, of Schwarzbauer. It looks the line, just trying to get a look at all the riders simultaneously, always entertaining. So here we go, on towards the top of the climb. We're going to get a much more accurate idea of the time spread of these riders. So the distance between the front and back, we are seeing a big gap starting to open up to Andrei Sink from the Czech Republic. Further down that course, I think that is going to be the rider who's left and doing some serious chasing here. But as they go over the top, Schurter goes through with company. You can just see as they come down, Lisha right in the mix, Vlad Dascălu of Romania in there as well. And now comes the gap, so 12 riders clear. And look at the speed of the home nation's rider, Thomas Pidcock, the global superstar racing.
Happened because he starts on a further line and then he has to chase back to the front, and the speed that he manages to do that is always mind-blowing. He is very good at chasing position by position and making his way back to the front. Whether he will have to pay for that effort later on in the race, we will see, but he's looking incredible at the moment.
And he was looking very, very focused out on the course on practice. Really looked like he meant business, but time is ticking by out on the course because our leaders are on the way up this climb. You can see we're back on to what was the start loop. This is the third climb and it looks pretty innocuous. There's not much of a hill here, but you can see by the effort being put in by Nino Schurter leading them over the top that requires effort, and this group are starting to pull a little bit of a gap out. The chasing group behind, well, Pidcock was leading that. He's not necessarily getting it all body behind. Here we go. So Schurter leading out, then Saru, then it's going to be Frontmont, followed by Hatherley. It's looking very, very interesting here. Brado in the mix, Blues in the mix, but it is going to be Nino Schurter racing here in Glentress, who's going to lead them down Arwen Avenue. You can see the crowds at the side watching this masterclass in riding from the best in the world here. Look at this, really interesting, taking that left to see him smiling during the course of the racing. He's chosen to be here and to try to go to the Olympics, and great to see him taking on a different challenge. But look at this train of riders going through the technical feed zone here. One or two riders going down the outside. I think they're actually going to gain some advantage here because they're going to be moving up, and Schwarzbauer, one of those. So Schurter, Saru, Fouadmont going through. It's Hadley in 4, Brado in 5, Schwarzbauer in 6, Dubau in 7, Blooms in 8, Foster in 9. Little bit of a gap back then to Dascălu of 4 seconds. He has got a jump. Little, that sounded just a little ropey there on the way through. Didn't sound like his usual smooth self as he landed.
Germans have for breakfast.
That's what I have. That's probably the only thing I've got in common because they're far quicker than me. Yeah, I don't think, champion at eating ice cream, maybe that's probably my only championship. But, you know, he didn't wake up and he didn't think, oh, I'm going to be battling against Sam Gaze for the win. Here he might have had plenty of people in mind. He wouldn't have discounted him. But a quick reminder, Sam Gaze was 38th rider on the grid. He was actually further back than Pidcock, Van der Poel, Sagan. He was further back than Andreas and Cooper, Carode. Everybody pretty much who's up there, who's been in this race, was ahead of him. Victor Koretsky, pretty much of those riders, the only one who was actually behind.
An absolute machine. It's incredible to see the work that he's done so far after such a big effort on the short track. And looks like he recovered pretty well, and he's taking the speed of that rainbow jersey that he won and bringing it to try and win another medal for New Zealand.
So here we go, Gaze, Schurter fighting for silver and bronze medal positions at the moment here in Glentress at the World Championships. Gaze up over the muckle log here. He's being followed by Schurter now. What has Schurter got? Schurter knows every trick in the book, surely. There's nothing you could teach this man. There can't be. He's so experienced. He's been racing. I mean, his first world title, as we said, 2009, then 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, then into 21 and 22. I mean, an absolute legend, rightfully known as the greatest rider of all time. But he's not getting younger. None of us are getting younger, but he certainly is not getting younger. And he's now finding the young guns out front. He's got Pidcock in front. He's got Gaze, who's taking him on. And Gaze at the moment is leading this out.
Yeah, he is. And, you know, Nino Schurter, for sure, he knows how to manage a race. He knows how to manage himself. He knows how to manage his competitors. But Gaze also has some different skills, and it is Evie Richards going next to him, and Pidcock having an absolutely
looks a massive gear. Do you know, it may well be that he's gone around and done this on the way through. We'll see. Gaze looking very strong here.
Now,
look at
that's
this.
Another attack. He will try to escape from Nino Schurter to secure that position, because from there on, and he is doing it, he's opened the gap to Nino Schurter. Look how Nino is digging super deep to try and stay with him. Wow, that is some sort of a spectacular race that we're seeing here.
So Tom Pidcock on the front here. He's not known for being the most cautious of riders. He's not known for not throwing absolutely everything, including the kitchen sink, at absolutely everything he does. He is, you know, full on, flat out or bust. Do you think it's in him to rein this in and just have a nice steady lap and not make any mistakes and not push it? Do you think he's got that in him?
I think he's just so good that he doesn't have to. And, you know, if it happens, he has a gap now that he can work with. So if he has a crash and he doesn't damage his equipment, he can just pick it up and keep going. And I think he's a rider who is driven by fun. He's having so much fun on that course. He's having so much fun just negotiating with those routes and going fast. He will keep doing that. It's working for him. Why change it, right?
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it syndrome.
Yes.
And here he goes, up over the top.
There he goes, he takes the jump.
Yeah, still no starting it up. He's not whipping it up. I think he'll be saving that for the last run down, if he does it at all, which is, of course, risky showboating. We have seen problems before like that.
I hope he doesn't do that there, because that's loose ground. If you're not on the exact line where you need to be, the ground is very loose on the side. So I wouldn't style it there if I were him.
Here we go. Well, there is only one on Tom Pidcock, thank goodness. Over the routes he goes, dropping in here. Keeps it very smooth coming round there, and the crowds are cheering him on
killer
here.
Ride.
Now here we go. Sam Gaze coming into the same section here.
Yeah, and where's Nino Schurter? He's keeping that gap. The attack that he launched on that climb is working. We don't see Nino Schurter. I guess the cameraman is looking for him as well.
And don't blame him. I think Pidcock is continuing to fire on all cylinders here to keep pushing away. Gaze had extended as he came through towards the Salmon Leak. Continued to push on through the woods, and now we can see Gaze and Schurter separated by what is going to be about 15 bike lengths or so as they come into that tight right-hand turn. But our camera's on Tom Pidcock as he comes in and around. And I think he is now surely going to be thinking it's time to make sure I get the pace right. Gaze is keeping him honest, though. Gaze is not backing off. Gaze at the top of the last climb was at 19 seconds. He's got that down to 12 on the GPS at the moment. Gaze is on a charge.
Oh, if he's thinking that far yet, but he's really hopeful.
Nobody wants to go into a sprint with Sam Gaze. Like, basically, not on the bottom of your screen going on to this long ascent. It takes you through these berms, through these twists and turns onto that long straight section up Castle Hill, directly below the Iron Age Fort, directly above the no time for sightseeing. He has got his sights firmly fixed on the front, on that rainbow jersey. He's one that wants to add the World Championship title, and at the moment he's going the right way about it now. Our drone just showed this amazing shot up here. Pidcock out of the saddle.
He does, and that's what's the shame about watching it. But I can really think of the smell, the taste of iron in your mouth from all the deep effort that they are doing. And remember, they're doing 8 laps on a very, very hard course. And what we've just seen there is that Sam Gaze is now touching Nino Schurter's back wheel, and he's overtaking him. Sam Gaze is overtaking. He launched an attack on Nino Schurter, and he cannot respond. That is your short track world champion. And that's Nino Schurter, the defending champion. And that's Thomas Pidcock, the Olympic champion. What else?
Behind, Dascalu's closing in on Hadley. 3 seconds between them. Griot, Bredo, Blooms, Forster really dropping out of contention at the moment. And this race is well and truly on top. Schurter together, and the crowd here at Glentress are packing the bankings, that are packing the side of the course, are going to be treated to a fantastic race. Gaze takes a little look there back at Nino Schurter. I'm not sure he can actually believe.
And I guess he knew that Schurter was there. I think he was trying to see his face, to see how much he's suffering there, and if he should go again. Him, and so far successfully staying with Sam Gaze. Those two probably ride together, because this is going downhill now. They will stay together.
So here we go, our race leader on his way down now. We were looking to see whether he had issues, sending messages in, said that they think he hasn't really changed gear much on this course. I'd be very surprised if he hasn't, but it is possible. He's got a great cadence on him. He can kick up, he can rev up, he can also power up. Might have been that he's got issues. Look at him, he's out of the saddle there. Now this will be telling. Does he go straight down? Does he come in? Does he get attention? He's going straight down. It will be one lap to go here at the 2023 UCI Cycling World Championships. The crowd are going absolutely wild here as the home nation rider from Great Britain, Thomas Pidcock, leads this race out, and the gap has grown because these two riders are now battling. They're not going in for anything. They can't afford to take that risk. Gaze leading New Zealand on the way down. They have some great rides already. This championship, the under-23 women's title. I mean, what a ride that we saw by Sammy Maxwell only yesterday. Gaze taking the win in the short track. I mean, we have got such a race on our hands. Who would have thought that Sam Gaze and Nino Schurter, after Gaze's first lap, would be together? That is incredible.
I'm sure Nino Schurter didn't expect that. Well, I can't be sure, but I don't think so.
I don't think he woke up this morning stay in the lead. This is going to be about maybe who panics, because Gaze, if he goes too hard, could blow. Pidcock, if he goes the lap, this will take him up to the descent. Surely everything now. It's
pure effort and risk management from now on, because these riders, the gaps are not that big, and they only have positions to lose now.
So Pidcock in one from Great Britain, Gaze in 2 for New Zealand, Schurter in 3 for Switzerland. It was Koretsky, Dascalu, Hadley, Bredo, Forster, Blums, Schwarzbauer rounding out the top 10. Cooper from New Zealand moving up into 11th spot, but you can see at the top here that gap is at 14 seconds. Gaze has taken 5 seconds out of Pidcock from the last time check, but I think Pidcock is backing this off. He's just easing it back a little bit here, just trying to stop the risk of getting anything going wrong here. Behind, look at the damage that is being done. They are in 1s and 2s. They are giving it everything. They're not going to have much left of their lungs at the top of this one.
Oh no, and I guess that's the whole point for them. It's all out now.
By him, it's going to be a silver medal for Sam Gaze. Wave to the crowd. What could have been, I think, disappointed at the moment with second, but you know what? That was some right to go past. And as Tom Pidcock gets mobbed by the photographers, it is Nino Schurter. He has a bronze to his collection. He waves to the crowd here. They are absolutely going mad for him as he comes down this straight, because he really did a great job. Behind him, you can see it's Pidcock, it's Gaze, it's Schurter, and then it is Koretsky behind as Victor Koretsky goes through. Then it's going to be Vlad Dascalu of Romania. So Pidcock from GB in 1. It's Gaze from New Zealand in 2. Schurter from Switzerland in 3. Koretsky from France in 4. Dascalu from Romania in 5. It's going to be the man who took that battle on to the point where he exploded, Alan Hathley of South Africa. Loose section. This is a little bit tricky left-hand turn. We have seen people make mistakes on here, but Pidcock takes that tight inside line, runs wide on the exit, out of the saddle very quickly, just keeps that pedal res going, keeps it nice and high. He's out of the saddle there, pushing, you can see, just swinging the bike from side to side. Gaze up 15 seconds on the GPS at the moment, so Tom is just holding him off. Gaze, though, out of the saddle, looking like he is ferociously chasing.
10 seconds and Nino short.
So here we go, Shirt of being distanced by 10 seconds. I think surely we have our medalists, but we still have Arwen, Ali and the descent to come, and we have seen these riders making mistakes on that run down, on the twists and on the turns.
Yeah, the turn that took Mathieu van der Poel, the World World Champion, out of the race, still on the start loop. That was incredible.
Yeah, that seems a very long time ago. No news coming through. We saw him being led off. Hopefully no lasting damage, but the man who has really set the race alight here, it is Tom Pidcock. He goes down Arwen Ali. This is the last of the technical section. He comes round. He's got to keep on that smooth line. He wants to stay clear of the debris on the side. He will take this final long sweeping right-hand turn. Our amazing volunteers here at Glendress at the World Championships applaud him, as do the crowds. He picks up the flag from Yorkshire. The rider from Leeds is going to make it a home win for the home nation. The Mayor's Elite World Champion. It is Tom Pidcock.
Yeah, amazing. Look at everyone going in.